Day 7, we started off the day with a quick pre-run up the trail to make sure everything was in order. Once we were at the top, we took a few minutes to look around. Then we headed back down as there was a lot of work to get done. Once we made it back down to the campground, it was busy. Tons of people with the rigs had already arrived. I found my spot, I parked the truck, and I tried my best to stay healthy. Later that day, there were a couple classes on the basics of off-road driving and spotter and hand signals. Finally, we had the last gathering of the night, letting people know what groups were leaving and when. After that, I decided it was time to hit the rack and prepare for the long day that was to come. Day 8 arrived with the immediate priority being coffee, then off to the team captain's meeting to review procedures and teams.
Okay, so we're just running through the basics, right? Do we already have caboose and lead designated?
I would ask them to.
Same as it was last year, pretty much. And so I would say there are only two major ones.
After the trail run today, you're gonna meet with your other captain. You're gonna choose one person from your crew that you think embodied the most, like, of the Overland Bound spirit. They embodied we have the team flags all around. The captains are going to award a team flag to one of the crew members. You guys will pick. And then,
what if it's me?
Gathering our group together, we headed off to the base of the mountain. Upon arrival, we found that the previous team had just left in what seemed like perfect timing. We all aired down, ran over basics with the team, and talked safety before we started our way up the trail. Unfortunately, the gatekeeper, as it was referred to, slowed progress by removing 2 vehicles from the first group right off the bat. The van from Live, Work, Wander lost its rear axles, and another four-wheel drive van just couldn't navigate the obstacle. Everyone remained in good spirits as the vehicles were moved out of the way and the convoy of rigs moved by. Once past the initial gatekeeper obstacle, there wasn't much to stop us. It took us about 2 hours to get to the top of the mountain, but even more than the day before, it was an epic trip with amazing views and amazing people. 61 rigs in all made it to the top. As people wrapped up their lunches, pictures, and conversations, they started heading back down the hill. I've always found that going down the hill was a little more difficult than coming up. As I was headed down, Michael from Overland Bound grabbed me and asked me if I could help someone down the mountain. I agreed and promptly took a wrong turn. Getting back on track, I ushered the bigger rigs to pull in front of us, and then proceeded to move down the mountain. You're thinking good. Just keep it straight though, don't turn. I know you want to, just don't do it. Keep straight. Okay, your back end's coming down that rock. Perfect. I learned that this was the first off-road adventure this driver had ever taken. He did very, very well. After working our way down the mountain, I set up the Jeep for the last night at the rally. Dinner, conversation, and awards to the different team members completed the day.
We're not done, there's more. So, you know, like a lot of people know, it's kind of demotivating to, you know, have people try and get your rig up an obstacle and just not be able to do it. And they had a great attitude with listen to everybody's direction, trying to get them up and over the obstacle, and they finally realized that, you know, they just couldn't get it there. So for a lot of us, that would kind of demoralize us, and we kind of might have a crappy attitude the whole rest of the way. That's right. But not these guys. Yeah. These guys kept jumped into other cars. They kept jumping out of cars. They learned how to spot the whole way up and down. They were spotting people and helping people the whole way. So they had a fantastic attitude. So because of that fantastic attitude, we have.
Before you do
what?
that. You're gonna do that? You're on? And I appreciate that, because I'm not. But you're going to be able to carry the values that Michael and Corey and the rest of Overland Bound
all of you guys.
developed,
Yeah, all you guys.
and carry it forward. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I just wanted to add that.
Absolutely, no, absolutely. So, because of that amazing attitude that you guys have, we have 2 ambassador coins. Yeah.
3rd and 4th. I gave one out today.
Oh, okay, apologies. I wasn't there.
So you guys get your challenge coins
All right.
for having such an amazing.
Awesome!